What's up, everybody? You're tuned in to the Crystal
Ammo.
Podcast, episode 142. Uh, Usually it's Takeover Wednesdays, but today we're doing Takeover Thursdays. We didn't pod yesterday, we pushed it to today, but we are here with a full slate of topics and things to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Before we get into tomorrow, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Hey, look, man. I know we were supposed to be here yesterday. We do apologize, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Work kicked our ass, so we we like, brother. Y'all would have had some two tired people trying
Rubbing
to do
on this
a podcast.
motherfucker like this.
Yeah, man. It wouldn't have been good, man. So we do apologize. We will try to be better, but overall, man, I feel good. Excited to get to the
Yeah,
pod, man. I'm excited for the fight this weekend, which I know we're going to talk about. Obviously, Royal Rumble this weekend as well. So, man, it should be a good weekend, man. Well, overall, sports, man, in between Super Bowl, so it should be good.
yeah, for sure, brother. Let's go ahead and talk about it, man. Let's get into this fight, bro. Because yeah, it's a big fight this week. Yeah, for sure. Um, we got the Mexican Monster David Benavidez versus David Morrell
Mm-hmm.
on Saturday. This is a
Yeah.
big card for the light heavyweight championship. And the winner will fight the winner at a Benavidez and Bill. So this is a pretty much a undisputed, getting to the undisputed for light heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
Probably at the end of the year or top of next year. Um, I know we have Stephen Fulton versus Brandon Figueroa on this
Mm-hmm.
card too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Stephen Fulton. I know his last fight after the NUA fight, he's moved up in weight too. So
Yeah.
I think he's fighting at what one is he fighting 130, 135 now, I think.
I think so. I think so.
Um, and so this is a rematch for him. Brandon Figueroa was a very close fight. I had uh I had Fulton winning the fight. I think he had took the later, like he had pulled away in the later rounds. I just think he started, moving around a little bit more and connecting with his punches a little bit more than Figueroa. But it was a very close fight. This should be another good one. I'm gonna roll with Fulton in this one because I just think at the end of the day he's the better fighter. So.
No, I agree with you. I agree with everything you kind of said. Like, I'm always gonna ride with my boy Fulton. I know he's been taking a lot of, you know, I think unnecessary criticism over his fight with anyway. You know, what I mean, I feel like a lot of people doubted him. Even after his first fight with Figueroa, he won. I guess some people might have thought it might have been a little bit of controversy to that fight, but I thought Fulton won it fair and square. I think he'll do the same way in this one. I think he'll be impressive too. I think he might even do a better performance in this fight. You know what I mean? I think he's very familiar with Figueroa. I think he'll be a little
Mhm.
bit more confident going in. So I expect great things from Fulton in this fight, and I expect him to get the victory for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Which leads us into the main event. Like I said, the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez versus David Morrell. Listen,
Mm.
before I make my pick, I just want to say shout out to all my Cuban people out there, men and women. I love y'all. All my Cuban boxers out there, I love y'all too. I really
Yeah.
do.
Hmm.
No disrespect, but I'm riding with Mexico this weekend, baby. I'm going with the Mexican Monster, man. I'm going with Benavidez. He
Yeah.
has a bigger track record. He
Hmm.
has the bigger resume. There's no
Hmm.
disrespect to Morrell. I think Morrell is a very good fight, and hey, he could prove me wrong this weekend. He can go in there outbox David Benavidez. Hell, he could even knock out David Benavidez, and I will be like, you know what, brother? Good stuff. You have made yourself some major money, boy, because you are going to be on the come up.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to go with the experience. David Benavidez has been in some big fights, the Caleb Plant fight, and he's been in some other fights too. So the Demetrius Andrade fight too. So he's been there before. I think this is a step up for Morrell. But yeah, I got David Benavidez beating him in the fifth round via knockout.
Yeah, man. Everybody knows how I feel about both fighters, man. I'm a fan of both of these guys. Uh, David Morrell, I think he's a great young up and coming talent. Obviously, I don't think he has the experience like David Benavidez does, but he shows a lot of superstar capabilities within his talent. And then obviously, David Benavidez, man, that man, they don't call him the Mexican Monster for no reason. Um, I was going back and forth, man. Ever since this fight was decided, man, I had a hard time picking who I was going to think who's going to win this fight. I think it could go either way, but the closer and closer we get to this fight, I think it's just been more and more clear to me that I'm gonna go with David Benavidez as well. I think the experience will definitely help him overcoming this fight. He looks very impressive. He looks like he's in tip top shape coming into this fight, like he always is, man. He's a true profession. He's one of the I think he's gonna be considered one of the greater Mexican boxers once his career is over with. But I think he is a highly motivated individual. Not saying David Morrell isn't. I just think the experience is gonna get to David Morrell a little bit in this fight. Um, and I think Benavidez will be a winner. As far as like making a decision whether he's gonna get knocked out or by decision, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea. I really don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and make that decision. I know Benavidez is gonna win. That's just where my heart is kind of going right now. But I do say this: look, if David Morrell can find a way to win this fight, I think this takes him. He can potentially be a superstar if he can find a way to win this fight, especially if he does it in an impressive fashion. Because David Morrell, he's a talented individual. I just don't think he has enough of the fighting experience, especially in these big time fights. This will be his toughest test um, to date, and I think it'll just be a little bit too much for him as far as like if it gets down into the later rounds. So, but Benavidez is a highly motivated individual. He's kind of stated, he has like his plan on how he can get the Canelo fight. By winning all these belts and then kind of forcing his hand. You know what I mean? Obviously, everybody's looking forward to that Canelo Terrence Crawford fight. I know it hasn't officially been announced, but I think we all are anticipating that will be a fight that will happen in September. But hey, man, I think this is a great fight to start the year of boxing. I know we kind of hit a lull a little bit at the end of last year, minus the Fury Usyk fight. But I think we're heading into a strong year, man. I think we're gonna get some exciting fights. We have a lot of exciting fights planned, and this is just gonna be the beginning of it. I think this card is amazing. I will be tuning in. I'm sure Chris will be tuning in. And hey, good luck to both of these gentlemen. I know I picked Benavidez, but I'm not gonna be brokenhearted if David Morrell wins. I'm not gonna be brokenhearted by that at all. If whoever wins this fight, it's gonna be well deserved, man. And hopefully we get a great fight at the end of the day. That's all we're asking for. Is just give us y'all best. You know what I mean? And if you go down swinging, you go and you give us your best. I don't think that hurts your legacy at all. I think people respect that even more, what I mean, with you putting your pride and your record on the line against top tier talent. I think that just gives you more respect in the boxing world instead of, certain fighters that, want to pick and choose and try to protect their legacy. So
Yeah, for sure. At the end of the day, I'm with you. I want a great fight and make this a fight of the year potential. You know what I'm saying? I want you
it has the
guys going
potential.
out
It
there.
really does. It really does. This
Yeah.
can start off
Mm,
the year with a bang. Even the
yeah.
Figueroa fight and Fulton fight. I
Mhm.
think that has a
Mhm.
great capability of being a high intense fight as well.
Yeah, for sure. So good luck to both gentlemen, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
everybody on the card. Yeah, good luck.
Put on for the sport of boxing, man. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
That's
Yes,
all
sir.
we ask for. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
All right, man, let's talk about the Senior Bowl, man. We don't know the Senior Bowl. East and West Shrine Bowl was today. I didn't really get to watch it, but I know
Yeah,
the
me
Senior
either.
Bowl will. Huh?
I didn't get a chance to watch it either. So
Yeah, and then you had the Senior Bowl on Saturday. I think it's in the morning too. Um, we just want to get your thoughts on it, and there's a few players that are standing out in this Senior Bowl. It's a lot of defensive players and tight ends that are standing out, corners too. You got Darius Alexander, defensive tackle at Toledo. They say he's doing really good. Elijah Aurora, Miami tight end, looks like he's really good. They're comparing him to a Antonio Gates type.
hmm
Um, You got the other tight end. Actually, what's your name, son? Jason Taylor's son, Mason Taylor out of LSU.
Hmm.
They say he's got Zach Ertz, like a Zach Ertz type. Shamar Stewart, the edge rusher out of Texas A&M. Walter Nolan, Mississippi, Ole Miss defensive tackle. He's got. They say he's got a little bit of Chris Jones type in him.
Hmm.
Um, and then corner out of Florida State, Thomas. They say he's looking really good. Um, but that's pretty much all I've heard right now. Dylan Gabriel, I know he's down there too, and I heard he's doing pretty good too. Um, but it's going to be interesting to see, who emerges. The practices are really where they get to scout and look at these kids,
Hmm.
these one on ones and stuff like that. But really, the game is going to tell a lot to can you play in the structure of the game because guys could get beat one on one. You do the one on one drills, yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You beating your guy one on one,
Hmm.
but when they're actually putting plays, implementing plays, can you run your routes in that type of setting when they run, a certain type of coverage on you and if you run in the zone or can you find the spots in the zone? In man to man, can you really beat man coverage when there's 11 guys on the field? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
this is, and I'm not gonna say this the end all be all because you still got the combine, and at the end of the day, guys are going to run their 40 times and shuttle runs, and
Hmm.
the quarterbacks are gonna throw and all that stuff. So there's still so much that these kids can do to stock rise, stock down, but it's gonna be interesting to see what happens on Saturday.
No, yeah, for sure. I think obviously, I've always been a big believer, man. You could tell on the game tape whether these guys are talented or not, if they can make it to
Mhm.
the pro level or not, because they'll flash off your screen. I've heard a lot of great things about what Tez Johnson has been doing, wide receiver from
Mhm.
Oregon. I heard he's been looking amazing. A lot of people have been saying he's looked like the best wide receiver out of everybody that's been on the field. Obviously, I heard some good things about Riley Leonard. I heard a
Mhm.
couple good reports about him and how he's performed. You mentioned it, Dylan Gabriel. I've heard amazing things about the way he's been looking. He could potentially, maybe move his stock up into the first round, maybe high, first half of the first round, depending on quarterback needs and stuff like that. Obviously, you've been hearing some up and down things about Jalen Milroe. I'm not surprised.
Mhm.
With his inconsistencies with throwing the ball, like he is a physical freak. I think we all know that. He has very similarities to Anthony Richardson to me. I think Anthony
Mhm.
Richardson throws the ball better than him, me personally, even though Anthony Richardson has his problems. I think he's a better thrower of the football. Jalen Milroy, he's a project, man. It's just going to depend on the situation, whether you believe that you can get whatever it is that you need to get out of him. He's definitely going to be one of those quarterbacks that's going to need to sit behind like an Aaron Rodgers or a Sam Darnold or a Russell Wilson, and get his reps in to be able to take over a team. Um,
Mhm.
so I'm gonna be curious to see how he performs in the Senior Bowl, and also how he performs in, his draft day combine, if he decides to do that. I would assume he would, and his pro day at Alabama. I'll be curious about that. But overall, man, as I said, like, I agree with you. You can only take so much with one-on-ones and individual drills and practice. It all comes down to the game and the flow of the game, and how people react into pressurized situations. There's a whole bunch of game tape on all these college athletes, football players, throughout the season, throughout their careers in college. So I think a lot of us, if you study the game, if you watch the game, you have a good idea who has a chance to make it in the next level and who doesn't. But at the end of the day, man, good luck to all these gentlemen tomorrow in the Senior Bowl. I hope a lot of them show out. I pray all of you guys, remain healthy, coming out of the game, no injuries and stuff like that. We don't want anything, devastating to happen to anybody right before it really starts heating up with this draft cycle. But man, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna be quite interested to see some of these guys perform.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, I just want to see who's gonna stand out on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? That will lead them into rising their stock, and that'll be it'll be something good for them leading into the combine. You know what I'm saying? If they can put together a good game on Saturday and then go on the combine, whether they're a wide receiver and they look good in the game, and then they run a good 40 time. They go from a fourth round pick to possibly a second round pick. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's something to definitely look at for sure. And then also guys who don't play too good in this game, they're gonna need the combine. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
yeah, for
So
sure, for sure.
Dylan Gravy, he can look good right now, but those two picks, he don't look too good. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
and then in the four, he runs a good 40 time or throws football pretty good, you know what I'm saying, in his drills. And then you still got pro days. Like, it's so much. This ain't the end all be all. But
Yeah.
good luck to those young men that are playing on Saturday, man. And shout out to
Hmm.
the ones that played today in the East West Shrine Bowl. Hopefully, you guys showed out. Shout out to Ricky White and Jackson. I think was his name Jackson Arnold, not Jackson Arnold, the linebacker for UNLV.
Yeah.
I know he got invited to the combine too. So shout out to those brothers right there, man. But shout out to all the kids, man, that are out here playing, trying to get to the NFL and rise their stock, man, so they can get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, man. So I was thinking the other day, you know, social media. Social media. It has a lot of great things to social media. Hell, without social media, me and you wouldn't be able to do this podcast like we do it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So,
True that.
social media has a lot of positive things, but it also has a lot of negative things. So, I
Hmm.
want to know what are some top five things you feel like social media has ruined?
Well, I think number one easily is relationships, the expectation in relationships. I mean, I think you see a lot of people who live vicariously through other people's relationships and thinking those are the normalized standards in that. Um, I think it definitely has ruined that. I think social media has ruined. Um, I think social media has ruined the perspectives of real life and make believe. You know what I mean? I think we're in an era in a situation where I don't think anybody takes anything serious anymore. You know what I mean? It could be the most serious thing that has happened in our society, and there will be somebody who will find a joke and everything. And I get it. We always heard the saying that you laugh through the pain in a sense. But it comes a time where certain things can get a little bit more insensitive, and wrong timings at that. Um, what else do I think social media has ruined a lot of things, man. Mental health. I think social media has ruined mental health. As far as like, what I mean, suicide rates. I hate to get dark and gloomy, but suicide rates has been sky high. False information. I think that's been one of the big keys. We've seen that in the election. The last couple years, and false information. We went through that. We're still going through that. Um, and I don't know what kind of stuff do you have?
I'm with you. I got dating as number one. I
Yeah.
just think that dating relationships that falls into the same thing.
Hmm.
It's just hard nowadays to, because somebody, and this is men or women, they could portray themselves to be whatever on the internet, and then you get to them and find out that's not their who they really are, or
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying. It's just hard to talk to it. You try to talk to a young lady on there, and half of them, they portray themselves to be wholesome and they mess some other shit. So
Hmm.
it's just like it's just hard dating wise. And say it goes vice versa for women trying to date men. They portray themselves to be one way and come to find out they this way. So
Hmm.
it's just all bad in the dating scene because with all these dating apps and even from Facebook to Instagram, TikTok, Thread, all the social media apps. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you scroll up your timeline, women shaking their ass, and just like it is what it is. I would say exclusiveness, the exclusiveness of music and movies. Like we don't like. I remember back in the day where a movie could be, it's exclusive. You ain't getting nothing ruined. Nobody's blurting out. Oh man, the scene where da da da. Somebody posting a clip of the movie, or you know, music. You're getting snippets now. Music is no more exclusiveness. Like, yeah, the Kendrick and Drake battle. Not used as an example. That was the biggest exclusiveness we got in a while.
Yeah. Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where music was just dropping, nobody had it first and whatever. Like we all got it in real time, and that's what made the battle so great because it brought you back to a time where music was exclusive, man. That new song where everybody was getting it in real time. So
Hmm.
sports takes the worst. Social media. I know you scroll up and down the timeline every damn day, and you hear whether it be major media or just everyday Joes like you and me. Get
Yeah.
on there and say some wild craziness. Now, look, we ain't gonna agree on everything. No, we're not. On all our sports takes, you may feel some way about a team or a player or whatever. I may feel some way. That's
Hmm.
fine. But there are just certain things where it's just like, really, bro, really, really.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's what you really feel, or you just trolling right now. But
Hmm.
respect. I think social media has ruined the respect that you should have for every man and woman, unless they disrespect you. But I can't, like, if I say something, right? Like if I say, I don't know, I like the stars. There's somebody in your comments like, oh, you a pussy, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you don't know me. You like the
Yeah.
stars. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, damn.
And
Or
you gonna have the trolls. Yeah, you gonna have the trolls.
going back to your sports takes, I could be like, all right, I feel like the Chiefs are the greatest of all time. And then instead of somebody saying, well, I disagree with you, it's, man, get the fuck out of here, you dumbass mother. It's like, damn, dog, I just said my team is the best. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving a sports take. I wasn't disrespecting nobody. And it's just no more respect, man. You got these keyboard warriors now, you know what I'm saying? And there's no consequences behind it because the person that I'm talking to could be a Nova Scotia. You know what I'm saying? So
You know what? You know, I also think social media has also ruined. I think social media has ruined individualism. I think of there's a lot of people who like to copy and paste feelings and thoughts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? From gaining from other people. Maybe because in the sense of like, I don't think maybe certain people don't know how to maybe express themselves in the correct manner. So maybe that's why they do it. I also think that I mean, being in the moment. I think a lot of people are not in the moment, especially, in tune with their lives. And, I mean, I think a lot of people escape through social media, you know what I mean? Whether
yeah.
through their hardships or whatever. And I don't think it doesn't, and I guess that goes back into mental health in a sense where I don't think people take the time to evaluate themselves, give themselves healing. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's always good to, get off of social media. I know I do it every now and then. I got off of Instagram, even if it's for like a week. You know what I mean? I think people should normalize that. You know what I mean? Finding breaks and periods of times of getting off of social media. I think it's good for mental health and stuff like that. But we live in a social media world. We live in a social media era right now. You know what I mean? Where we all live through vicariously through, mobile phones and apps and TikToks and YouTubes and Twitches and Twitters and I know we're part of that fabric. And I mean, we at the end of the day when we do this podcast, we try to do it more of in a positive light. Yeah, we have our fun, we have our jokes and stuff like that, but we kind of use this as more of like an escape. Like we don't, people, that love sports, love entertainment, love what we like to discuss and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And we've always been open minded to like, yo, we want people to express their opinions in the chat, express their opinions in the comments. We will never deter anybody from not doing that. We will honestly, we encourage more of it. You know what I mean? So we do appreciate the people that do respond in the chat or do interact with us. We want that. We love that. You know what I mean? And whatever type of community that we're blessed enough to build through this, man, we want it to be a positive community that is able to express how they want to feel, rep what they want to rep, what I mean? That's kind of what we want to do, what I mean? So hopefully we can establish that, what I mean? Obviously there are always going to be some bad apples in whatever community that it is, but it's never going to be the total representation, because I think most people are generally good, what I mean? But I mean, social media, it tends to blind us in a sense.
Mhm.
Obviously, we don't want to go too negative, but let's ask the question: what has social media you think has been a positive that has come from social media?
The positive is being able to connect with people from different races, cities, states, countries.
Hmm.
Whether you're getting on Twitter, whether you get on, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever you use, you can communicate, to somebody who, like I said, lives in Nova Scotia, lives in Canada, lives in, New York. You know what I'm saying? Where we couldn't do that back in, when we was growing up. We can do that now. You know what I'm saying? You could connect with your family member that you may not be able to see all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I can get on Facebook and talk to all my cousins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could talk to my auntie. I could talk to my uncles. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
and talk to them, in a group chat or whatever, or I can get on the comment section and tell them happy birthday. That's another thing. It helps you remember whose birthday it is. You know what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
won't forget.
Hmm.
So, um, but yeah, I mean, just the connection to different, not just your family, but just different people in different walks of life. You can connect, and you ain't got to travel to another city to connect with that person. You could literally get on social media and talk to a person from New York and be, you like, build a relationship with that person and be cool, and then feel comfortable to go to New York and visit that person. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, they can come out here to Vegas and visit you. You know what I'm saying? And you be
Hmm.
cool. So that's one of the positive things.
No, I think social media. Obviously, I think we've seen it with people getting more recognized for their creativity. I think I think it's been a lot more easier for people to get recognized for that. There's a lot of talented individuals that we see, the creations that they make on TikToks and whatsoever, some of the platforms that they've been able to build, some very brilliant and very young minds. I mean, we see the youth today, man. It's some very brilliant individuals, some definitely creative individuals as well. Um, and then obviously, I think social media has also opened our eyes to a lot of things that has been going on in this world that, you kind of hear things about, but you never actually physically got to see it. Now we're actually seeing the real uncut world that we live in today. You know what I mean? And it
Mhm.
kind of definitely educates you in a sense of what really happens. And if you're oblivious to what goes on in the real world, that's kind of like more of a you problem now. It's not something where it's just like you haven't experienced it. Like you can see it on the internet. Obviously, again, it comes back to like what do you believe and what do you trust, misinformation and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like the internet, man, it takes nothing but a couple seconds to find out the real information on anything. You know what I mean? If you have questions, just Google it. You know what I mean? The answer will be right there. So I think education, I think educationally, I think it is helped. I can only imagine, living in this society right now with the tools that, a lot of these young kids have. I can only imagine what I would have been able to accomplish, with all those tools, back in, the early 2000s and stuff like that when I was in high school, man. So I think it's also definitely helped with that. And definitely speed up the educational process. You're seeing a lot of smart young individuals who um have a mind of their own. You know what I mean? So we see that a lot, and it's more of a pure thought. And I think that's also a great thing that I think social media has come across with. And I agree with you. The interaction, making new friends all over the world, I think has been it could be a beautiful story as well. Um, building relationships, I mean, discovering new cultures. I think that's also a beautiful thing because it helps us understand how other people live throughout this world, and you learn a lot from other individuals and other parts of the hemisphere. So I think it's been a blessing for social media as well too.
And on the flip side, the in the moment real time of sports, we all
Yeah.
watch. We watch a game all at the same time, whether it be football, whether it be boxing, whether it be whatever sport, basketball. You
Mhm.
watching it all in real time. You all watching it at the same time. you watch a Lakers game or a Raiders game, and you looking up your timeline and watching people comment on the game. Same thing with me. I'm watching a Chiefs game. I see all fellow Chiefs fans and people who are not Chiefs fans commenting on the game. You know what I'm saying? You can see it at the same time and comment with the person at the same time and cheer, like, as if you're right there with the person, whether you're in the stadium or at their house or whatever, out,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, somewhere. And you know what I'm saying, and people retweet it and like it and love it, and that's cool, you know what I'm saying, that you could do it in real time. And even if you have your little sports debate during the game, oh, and that was a foul, man, that was a hold, you know what I'm saying, like, y'all can still be in real time and talk about the game. Oh man, he's you know what I'm saying, he got knocked out, you know what I'm saying, he ain't all what I thought he was, blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying, like, whatever, you know what I'm saying, y'all can talk trash with each other. It's just, all fan bases talking trash to each other, but all in good fun, because at the end of the day it's just sports, you know what I'm saying.
No, I agree with you. And I think another great thing is the capabilities of being able to interact with some of these celebrities and people that you admire. You know what I mean? Like having an interaction with some of these sports icons or musicians or actors and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like like I had an interaction with Shannon Sharp. You know what I mean? I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? It was something as simple as that. You know what I mean? And for like a person who's such on a top platform to take their time and to respond, like we see it with Kevin Durant. Even though he talks shit, I think it's cool. I think it's cool to see, like, you actually see the true genuine of who Kevin Durant is. I know a lot of people kind of get up in arms of him doing that. I think it's hella cool. I think it's hella cool because you get the true genuine person of who KD is. And I think it's cool that he interacts with a lot of people who message him. You know what I mean? And we see it more and more with a lot of these celebrities, where I think they get more and more comfortable with interacting with, what I mean, some of their fans and stuff like that. Like, yeah, like the internet could be a cruel place, you know what I mean, if you let it take you there. But it also can give you some tough skin as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna stand up for yourself a little bit more, because it's like, yo, I'm not gonna take this shit over somebody, who's typing on the keyboard in Anchorage, Alaska. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have no idea. But you know what I mean? I think that's also cool though, that you have at any moment, at any time of the day, you can talk to your favorite artist. You know what I mean? Drake might, you might be lucky enough where Drake might just see that one post and hit you up, or Kendrick Lamar, or I said a Kevin Durant, or what I mean, Kobe when he was still alive, LeBron James, goes on and so on and so forth. I think that's cool as well. You know what I mean? I think social media gives you the opportunity. And then on top of that, if you do something creative and they have an opportunity to actually see that and be like, yo, and then shout you out and give you some acknowledgement, I think that's a great thing, man. Because we see it a lot, you know what I mean, on TikTok and wherever else. And all it takes is that one person to help your career go to the next level. You know what I mean? Even if it's just like, like, let's say hypothetically, like a Tom Brady watches our pod. He's like, yo, I like those two guys, on the Chris. Like, who knows where that will take us by him just doing some situation like that. He don't even know it. You know what I mean? So, what I mean? Like, hopefully a situation like that were to happen. You know what I mean? Hopefully somebody comes across our show while watching and be like, yo, I love how these gentlemen talk about sports. Yo, man, these guys should be, popping a little bit more. And just like that, people's lives can change. Like, social media has changed a lot of people's lives, that if this was not here, none of that would be possible. So, I mean, there's a gift and curse in everything that is created and is in society, but there's a lot of great things that come about it. We just got to focus on a little bit more, and then hopefully more and more people can focus more on the positives and less on the negatives.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of negative, time for a segment that I started. Sit your ass.
Yeah, it's your shit.
Today, culprit, one owner, Jerry Jones. If you didn't see it a few days ago, they introduced Brian Schottenheimer as the new coach. He is the son of Marty Schottenheimer. He was a great coach in his own right. He was one of the better coaches for my Chiefs and the Chargers. I think he coached the Browns too. Usually, he would always get them over, he would get them respectful 12 win, 13 win type teams. The only knock on Marty was that he couldn't get him over the hump. He was real conservative, run the football, play good defense. So he really didn't take a lot of risk. But he managed really good teams.
Mm-hmm.
And his son Brian Schottenheimer, he's been around for a while. He's been coordinating for a while, and his number, his rankings as offensive coordinator hasn't always been great, but he still keeps a job and he's still circulating. Uh, I forgot what was he last year? I forgot
Who?
where he was last. Brian Schottenheimer. I forgot where he was last year.
He was on the
Was
Cowboys,
he?
was?
No, I don't think he was on the Cowboys.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I
I
know
really.
he was OC. I think he was the OC. I think he got fired too. But but Mr. Jerry Jones, as usual, has to get on the podium and speak, and he always has to say some dumbass shit. So
Mm-hmm.
listen to this introduction to Brian Shot.
Now, I get my proverbial ass kicked over needing people in my comfort zone. Without this thing being about me in any way, if you don't think I can't operate out of my comfort zone, you're so wrong. It's unbelievable. This is as big a risk as you could take. As big a risk as you could take. No head coaching experience. Now, let me share something with you. With all of that, you've just heard him reference his osmosis, his family. Anybody in this room that doesn't believe the apple doesn't go far from the tree has missed it someplace down the road, especially if there was an effort to make it that way, and there was an effort. But then you go around to the countless numbers of coaches that Shotty has served on staff with and been around, the countless players. How often do you have someone that has 25, I'm going to say 25, it may be 26, of years of working through the human relationship and working, aspiring to learn, of have his ears and eyes wide open and looking for techniques and looking for things that make coaches better?
Now look, I don't know. Brian Schottenheimer could be a Dan Campbell. We all thought Dan Campbell was not going to be a good coach. And look, man, he's turned Detroit around.
Mm-hmm.
But I have my doubts. As long as Jerry Jones is at the helm, I don't think this team will ever be successful. Even though before this season, and I know injuries had a lot to do, Dak Prescott was hurt last year. But uh, as long as Jerry Jones is here, they won't win any significant games, not in the playoffs, and they will not be making it to no Super Bowls. I'm sorry to inform you that, Cowboy fans. And I think you're starting to realize that because this hire right here was very uninspiring. It was nothing. You might as well just kept Mike McCarthy. Like, we being real, we might as well just kept him. But the way he introduced him, trying to act, oh, this is a risk, and out of my comfort zone, and this is exactly the hire that you would hire Jerry Jones out of your comfort zone. Would you be hiring a Mike Tomlin type, a guy like that who wants control, a Sean Payton type who wants control of his roster? Not a Brian Schottenheimer who's just happy. Finally, I got a job as a head coach. That's not a risk, bro. That's not stepping out of your comfort zone. This is right in the wheelhouse of all what you've been doing for the past 20 some odd years, outside of a few coaches here and there. And you guys are just still running in place, right on the treadmill. Deceptions and lies, Jerry Jones, that you keep pulling on these Cowboy fans. And, we all used to laugh at the expense of Cowboy fans because of their delusion. But now we just feel sorry for them because at the end of the day, we just see you up there pandering and lying and just trying to massage the people. We're not fooled no more. Like, that stuff don't work no more, Jerry. So I'm nominating you today for the sit your ass down of the week. You need to sit your ass down, Jerry. It's time for you to sit down all the way. Just be an owner, man. Get out the way, dog. Stephen Jones looked like he ain't no better, too, because he was saying some nonsense up there, too. And Dak, you need to shut your ass up, too. Talking about this guy's tied to my career. Really? He might not be there next year, Dak. Knowing Jerry, y'all don't make it to the playoffs this year. Brad Schottenheimer might be in the play next year, respectfully. So, Jerry, I'm gonna need you to
sit your ass down.
Sorry. Bad year. You guys are already not gonna. I could be wrong. Me and Mal could be wrong, but it ain't looking good, man.
No,
it ain't looking good. Ashton Genty, man, you might want to try to pull out, see if Dion can help you not go. Oh man! All right, man. Let's do our bet you short 5 picks.
yes, sir.
What you got?
All right, man. I got a little NBA treetop. So first one I got the Mavs money line over the Pistons tomorrow. I think that's an easy dub. I got the Nuggets -9 over the 76ers. Obviously, Joel Embiid is probably most likely not be playing. I think the Nuggets have been playing good. Minus the loss to the New York Knicks, but I think that should be easy dub. And then I got the Celtics -11 over the Pelicans. Pelicans are a terrible team, been injured a lot. Celtics, they need a couple of bounce back games. They haven't been playing well the last couple of weeks, so I do expect them to have a nice blowout win tomorrow. So that's my 3.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Denver Nuggets. I'm gonna take the -9. I like the Celtics -11. I like the bounce back from the Bucks over the Spurs -3. I actually like the over 227.5 Phoenix Suns and the Golden State Warriors. And then go over to boxing. If I can pull up. Thank you. I'm gonna take go back. I'm gonna take Benavidez by KO, TKO, or DQ plus 260.
Okay.
If you go to any of our social media platforms, you see the Bet US link to the website. You click on it. It's first time users only. You click on it, you sign up, you put in the promo code JOIN125, you get 125% sign bonus plus a 10% gambler's insurance because they got other things on the website. If your first 3 deposits, if you deposit $100 minimum up to $5,000 on your first 3 bets, if you lose, you keep your money. You don't even lose it. So you can win money or you can lose money, or you can keep your money. So go to Bet US, sign up, tell them Cris and Mal sent you. And that does it for our short 5 picks. All right, people. This is Mal's favorite segment, Random News. It is now time for Mal's Random News.
No, I appreciate it, man. You know what I mean? He says it's mine, but we all know it's Chris's favorite, part of the show, too. I know he has his own segment with Sit Your Ass Down, but, this is number 1 in his heart. We all know that. You know what I mean? Still looking for a sponsor. If anybody's out there wants to sponsor this segment, hit us up. All right, man. Started off. Saw this on the timeline. I wanted to get your thoughts. I thought it was a really great question. What rapper do you think has an undeniable classic album?
Undeniable
Classic album.
There's a few of them.
I'll name them. Give me some off top of the dome. Who do you think has an undeniable classic album?
Nas, Jay-Z, Tupac, uh, uh, um, Kendrick, Cole, Snoop,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dre,
Mm-hmm.
Ice Cube,
Mm-hmm.
Kanye,
Mm-hmm.
Outkast. Uh, man, so many rappers. Ludacris,
Mm-hmm.
Jeezy,
Mm-hmm.
T.I.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'll say Ricky Rose got one.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Undeniable. That's the only ones I could think of off the top. Freddie Gibbs got some.
Yeah, I would put Dom Kennedy. I think Dom Kennedy has one Yellow album and some other ones. I don't know if you said DMX. I think DMX definitely has one.
You for reminding me,
Um,
sir.
um, try to remember who you didn't say. Um,
The
what about Mace?
Game.
Do you think Mace has an undeniable classic?
His first album.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
His first album. Um,
Scarface.
of course.
hmm Lloyd
Of course.
Banks.
I was never a Lloyd Banks guy.
Okay.
He never did it for me.
Okay.
I know he can rap, but he just never did it for me.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Future.
You know, I'm not a Future guy, but
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I respect it, but I'm not a Future guy.
Okay. Okay.
Wayne, how can we get Wayne?
Wayne. Yeah, for sure. Wayne. Yeah.
As much as you know, I still love his music. Drake.
Oh yeah, Drake. Drake has one for sure. Drake has one. For sure.
Ain't gonna
You
disrespect.
say J. Cole? You say J.
J.
Cole?
Cole.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to think. Bone got one.
No. I think Currency has one. I think Currency has an undeniable classic. I think he does.
You know, this guy's my personal favorite. Tech Nine. I think he has one. That's me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a Tech Nine fan. Eminem. I think Eminem got
What
one.
about Wiz Khalifa? Cushion orange juice? No.
I get it, but he was never just the guy that I
ASAP Rocky?
I was more ASAP Ferg.
Okay. Okay.
No, ASAP. He ain't looking too good for Rocky right now. I'm trying to think. Damn, we need to get some females.
Lil Kim. Lil Kim.
The first one, the first album. Biggie. God, how did I forget about Biggie? Foxy's first album.
Foxy. What about Shauna? Shauna from DTP.
Shauna. Yeah. Does she got a one? I don't know if she got a classic though.
What about
album.
Cardi? What about Cardi?
Her first album was fire.
Okay. Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, she has one.
Okay.
I think Pink Friday probably would be the one.
Okay.
Raspity, she has one.
Okay. I would. Obviously, it's still young, but I think Doechie's new album could be up there. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time, but I think it's heading in the right direction.
It was just rappers, right?
Yeah, it's just rappers. Yeah, we ain't doing R&B.
Okay.
R&B. What about DJ Quick? Would you have DJ Quick on there?
Of course. The Dog Pound's first album. It's a classic.
What about Soulja Boy? Would you say Soulja Boy has one? He's just asking a question, my brother. Just asking a question.
No.
Bow Wow?
No, he doesn't have a classic album, but he has some cuts. He got
Mal has no
hits.
classic albums. Nothing. No.
Not to me, but I think he has hits. He does have hits. I don't think he has classic albums.
Chingy.
I
Would
think
you give
I think
Chingy
I think the Brat does.
the Brat? Okay.
Uh,
Chingy.
not Chingy.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank.
Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, of course, Big Daddy
Rakim.
King. Of course,
Uh,
Rakim.
Jewels. Cameron. Jim Jones.
Cam
Any
has one.
class?
Cam has a few actually, but Cameron, Jules. I like Jules' first one.
I think Jim Jones has
Oh,
one. I think Jim has
he
one.
he
I think
does
Jim
have
has one.
one. That was it. Poem album. Um, Locks, Ada,
Yeah, they do.
Styles B got one too.
Okay. Okay.
And I don't like to think of right now. I mean, we
Okay.
be
That's
here all
good. That's good.
we'll
I
be
just
here
I
all
brought
day.
it up. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. So I thought it'd be a good question to bring it up. You know what I mean? For my music.
Oh yeah,
Battle.
Twister. I got to show it to Twister.
Twisted. Okay. Okay. All right, next up, we have some unsettling news. Seems like Ravens kicker Justin Tucker has been accused of inappropriate sexual misconduct by several massage therapists. Per the Baltimore Banner, says, quote, Tucker's behavior was so egregious that two massage therapists said they ended his sessions early, and two spas say they have banned him. Now, give credit. Justin Tucker did make a statement, undeniably, dismissing any claims of what he did and claiming his innocence. So I just want to get your initial thoughts on everything. Obviously, everything's still in a wait and see period. But what are your thoughts?
It's over. It's over.
It's over, just like that.
It's been real, Justin.
You believe
Real.
all the misconduct that has been placed at his.
We've seen tweets of people posting stuff in the past that just got swept under the rug, bro. If one or more people are saying this, oh no, bro. It's one thing for one person to say, "Oh, Maul's an asshole," but if 20 people are saying you're an asshole, it might be some validity to it.
So let me ask you, what do you think the Ravens do? Do you think the Ravens wait and see, obviously like kind of like Deshaun Watson with the Houston Texans did, or do you think they go ahead? Obviously, Justin Tucker didn't have one of his best seasons. He did miss a lot of kicks, that were kind of questionable, and people were pretty surprised on how subpar he was. What do you think the Ravens do? Do they wait and see, or do you think they go ahead and cut bait?
I think they'll wait and see because they have a relationship with Justin Tucker. So I think they'll wait and see to get all the particulars. And hey, if he's proven innocent, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? But I think they wait and see. Most teams are gonna wait and see. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll get all the information first. They'll sit down and talk to Justin Tucker. Hey, what's up? What happened? You know what I'm saying? And then they'll get all the information, and then he's a kicker. Let's just keep it real. He's a kicker. They not just going, and he's an older kicker. He's not like some young hot shot like he used to be. He's an older kicker, so they're gonna cut bait if they see an inkling of truth.
For sure. All right, next up, we have some more unsettling news. Seems like federal prosecutors are investigating whether Terry Rozier manipulated his performance in 2023 as part of an illegal sports betting scheme. I think it has something to do with Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, Jonte Porter. Now, the NBA did say they did do an investigation initially, and they found no wrongdoings. So this is a separate investigation. That is being conducted by the federal prosecutors. NBA did make a statement, said that they will cooperate with federal prosecutors. What's your initial thoughts on this with this story?
Better hope your lawyer good, Terry. Dot your I's and cross your T's, sir. Are you gonna be telling Jonte to scoot over?
Hey man, look, I hope Terry Rozier is is found innocent in this. He's making, I think, well over $90 million on his contract.
Where's he playing?
He's currently playing with the Hornets. I think he's still with the Hornets right now. But
Is he a
hopefully,
good player?
no, he's a good player. I'm not saying he's like top tier, but he can definitely score in the double digits. He's a great defender. He can be a solid two-way player. But obviously he has been inconsistent with some of his play. But we got to see the story how it takes place. In other news, Cam Newton made a comment, I think it was earlier today or yesterday, where he said he wouldn't trade his MVP award for a Super Bowl victory. I'm taking individual success because I did my job. Do you agree or disagree with his sentiments? What would you do if you were him?
It's a difficult question. And look, of course, when you are playing at that high of heights and you're playing in a team sport, you do want to get to the highest. Everybody wants to be like a Tom Brady or a Patrick Mahomes or a Joe Montana, yada, yada, yada. But I get where he was coming from because he's right.
Yeah.
It is hard to get to a Super Bowl. And there are guys like Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson that have won Super Bowls, but we will never mistake them as great players. You know what I'm saying? They're not getting a gold jacket. A lot of times we think those dudes got carried to a Super Bowl. Jim McMahon with the Bears, like those dudes ain't going down in history.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is sometimes the Super Bowl is just more so right timing, right coach, right whatever, right era, where you at the time. So I get where it's Cam Newton, so it's going to come off the wrong way. People are going to look at it the wrong way. And once he said that, everybody's going to get the image of him not falling on the ball. That's what people are going to see in the Super Bowl. He didn't fall on the ball. So that makes more sense now why you didn't fall on the ball. You don't care about a Super Bowl, which I don't think that's true. Of course, he wanted a Super Bowl, but I don't think he wants to give up the MVP because it's hard to get those two. Not everybody, that's an exclusive club. So
no, I agree. I agree with what he's saying. Like at the end of the day, I think being an MVP is a great accomplishment in his own. I don't think he's saying that he didn't want to win a Super Bowl. Like he would rather have win multiple MVPs more than the Super Bowl. But I'm not trading the one MVP that I got in a time where there was a lot of great quarterbacks. You had the Peyton Mannings, you had the Tom Brady's, you had Brett Favre's and young Aaron Rodgers and stuff like that. And for him to get it in around that time says a lot. So I'm not mad at what he says. I'm not really tripping. In other news, it seems like NBC's top commentary crew is coming together. Reggie Miller has finalized a deal to be one of NBC's top NBA analysts when the league returns to the network later in 2025. Miller will call games alongside play-by-play broadcasters Mike Tirico and Noah Eagle. What are your thoughts with this crew? Are you excited with Reggie Miller going over to NBC? Do you like Reggie Miller? Some people do not like him, but I don't mind it. I think it'd be cool.
I had no problem with Reggie Miller. I thought he was pretty decent. I thought he was cool. He wasn't annoying or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like he had good analysis. He knows the game. You know what I'm saying? So he played it at a high level. So he knows what's good. He knows what's not good. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem with Reggie being a play analyst with Mike Tirico. Mike Tirico's always good. He's good on Sunday Night Footballs when he has to cover that. Yeah. And Noah Eagle, the son of Iron Eagle, he's actually not bad either. I've seen him call some games too. He's actually not that bad. So, yeah, I have no problem with the crew.
No, I like Noah Eagle. Like he called the Olympic Games, like all the Olympic Games, in basketball and stuff like that. Mike Tirico is Mike Tirico. I know he has kind of like some people do not like him, off camera. You know what I mean? I've heard some comments. But as far as Reggie Miller, man, Reggie Miller never bothered me. I know there's people on the timeline who hate Reggie Miller and how he commentates. He never bothered me. I think he's fine, me personally. So
I think who Reggie Miller is to me? He's a Greg Olsen.
No, yeah. I like Greg Olson. I thought Greg Olson did a great job.
But there's people that don't like Greg Olson. I don't understand it. I'm like, why you
There's
don't
people
like
that
Greg
don't
Olson?
like Tony Romo. I think Tony Romo does a great job. I think Tom Brady has gotten better as the weeks have
I
gone.
can't stand. Let me tell you something. I can't stand Tony Romo.
Tony Romo doesn't bother me, man. He doesn't bother me. I don't know why people. All right, moving forward. In other news, it seems like there may have been a leak online about GTA 6's release date. Seems like a South American retailer might have accidentally leaked the date, and from what it says, it seems like we might get it September 17th, 2025. Do you think this is the legit one, or do you think this is just a hoax?
It's a hoax. I ain't believing nothing from GT6 until the official date on PlayStation, whatever, comes out. I don't trust it.
Yeah,
I told you. Batman 2 gonna come out before GTA 6.
Rockstar, yeah, they got to do it. All right, let me ask you this. Do you think we get a second trailer this year?
If they're gonna do it, it's gonna be next Sunday. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
Oh, for Super Bowl?
It's the best time to drop one.
Best time to drop. I'm mad at that. They got the money to do the ad. It'll be well worth it. So, hey, we'll see. You never know. I wouldn't be surprised. That's actually, I didn't think about it, but that's actually, my man Chris. That's what's up. All right, in other news, iPhones with TikTok installed are selling for up to $58,000 on eBay after news that TikTok won't return to the app stores until sold to a U.S. buyer. Will you sell your iPhone if you have TikTok? Would you do it?
For 50,000, you can come and get my phone personally.
Facts.
I'll fly to you. For 50,000, I'll fly to you.
Hey, anybody want to buy my iPhone? I got TikTok on there. I got Vine on there still. Like, I got it all, baby. Like, if you want it,
Vine?
They don't need to know I'm lying.
But hey, you got something that don't exist.
All right, another news. Don Julio and Popeyes have announced a collab set to launch on January 31st. Are you interested in this Popeyes lineup? Are you going to try it? I think they got like a sandwich and with some chicken tenders or something like that.
They got some liquor too.
Yeah, liquor. Yeah. Are you going to get it? Are you going to try out this
this is some ghetto shit here.
What you mean?
Trying to appease the Negroes with some tequila drinks. Popeyes, you going too far, man.
Oh my god, you gonna try that shit?
No, I'm not gonna try it.
You gonna try it?
It's too much sugar in this stuff. I can't drink that, man.
What with the Don Julio? Even in the chicken?
No, maybe not in the chicken, but the drink.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about the drink. I'm talking about the food. You gonna try it?
Yeah, I might gather it.
Why are you lying? Don't let this man fool you. He gonna try that shit.
Still, I don't like it.
Oh my god, here he goes.
You know what? I take it back. If it was Hennessy doused, then I really wouldn't like it.
No, you wouldn't. You still would try it though.
What the hell? What you mean Hennessy?
All right, man. In other news, the Russo brothers have reportedly signed a new deal with Marvel Studios. They will oversee multiple new upcoming projects, including the new X-Men film. Are you excited about this announcement?
Of course. Russo brothers are the best thing that happened to Marvel. They did the Avenger movies really, really well. Those were the last, outside of the Deadpool movie, that was the last good Marvel movies we saw. So, yeah. Good job.
All right. In other news, it seems like trade rumors are swirling about the potential of Mark Andrews being a trade candidate this offseason. Baltimore would save $11 million in cap room by trading Andrews, and they have a young tight end in Isaiah Likely. Could you see this happening? And if it does happen, what possible destinations could you see Mark Andrews getting traded to?
I could see him on the Seattle Seahawks. I could see him. It'll be in the NFC for sure. I'm trying to think. I can see him on Tennessee Titans if they do trade him to the AFC.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. Let's see.
Not Arizona. They got to trade McBride. Damn. Who else can I see him on? Chargers. I can see him on Chargers.
Chargers. It's a possibility.
He would definitely help out Herbert. That's what Herbert need. He need like a tight end, like a safety blanket.
Yeah. I could see maybe a situation, maybe if they wanted to, if the Falcons were, I could see if they wanted to go that route. Obviously my man hasn't really performed up to his standards. He had a Kyle Pitts, you know what I mean? Like he had a couple flashing moments, you know what I mean, towards the end of the year. But that could be a possibility. Maybe he might need a new change of scenery or something like that.
Speculation is that he doesn't work as hard.
I heard that too. So, maybe they could bring in Mark Andrews to kind of like, maybe
mentor,
bring him up under his wing or something like that. I don't know, but it should be an interesting offseason.
Definitely not catching the football. Now let me stop. Okay.
Nah, we'll see. Like obviously with what happened with Mark Andrews in the divisional round, should be interesting to see what they do. Got a couple more. Adam Silver has obviously, there's been a lot of stuff going on about, the NBA and its watchability and stuff like that. So Adam Silver, was on, I think, the Cow Herd. He made a little suggestion that has, been swirling around where he suggested that the NBA could shorten, the games to 10-minute quarters. That would be very similar to what FIBA basketball is doing. He stated that the NBA is the only basketball league that plays 48 minutes. Would you like to see that? Do you think that is one of the solutions that the NBA should do? Me personally, I think it's a bad idea, but that's just
look. Is it gonna make them care more? Is it gonna make them stop not playing? No. At the end of the day, man, you gotta make these dudes care again.
Yeah,
that's ultimately that's what's messing up basketball. As far as the watchability, I think the dudes ain't doing it. And I'm not saying they gotta play the full slate, but damn, bro, like making millions of dollars, people come to see you play. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real, man. Yes, the talent might be better nowadays, but what good does it do if I come to a Laker game and LeBron don't want to play that night?
Well, I will say this. I think that's been a misconsumer. I think LeBron James plays majority of the game. There are only a couple players that really get hurt a lot. That's i.e. Joel Embiid. That's Kawhi Leonard. That's Zion Williamson. But for the majority, like Victor Wembanyama plays every game. Cade Cunningham plays every game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays every game. Anthony Davis, yes, he does get hurt a lot, but he does play majority of his games. Steph Curry, I know he's been kind of in and out of the lineup with his knee injuries, but majority he plays most of the games. I think that's a misconsumer. The main issue with the NBA to me has always been the blackout situation with watching local TV stations. I think that's been huge. I think they need to fix that. They need to get rid of that. I think that's the dumbest thing that has ever been part of any sports league. I think, you being penalized for being in the market of that team is dumb. It's dumb. Why are you blocking people from watching the game, whether it's sold out or not? Have the eyes. More people are watching games on TV in any sport, whether it's NFL, hockey, basketball, whatever. People love to watch sports on TV. It is more pleasing. So I think they need to fix that. And then the referee situation. I think referees need to get the whistle out of their mouth. I think all these texts and throwing out these players are egregious. The NBA is the only league that is willing to throw out its superstars so quick over some dumb shit. The NFL does not do that. MLB baseball does not do that, and hockey does not do that. The NBA needs to get out of this mentality that people want to see no emotion in sports. Like you got players getting thrown out of a game for screaming after doing an and one dunk in somebody's face, and you expect them to just go to the line quietly and not show emotion. Like, what are we doing? The NBA refs are not the stars of this league. It's the stars that play on that court, and the NBA needs to fix that ASAP, because it is fucking dumb. That is one of the main reasons. Get the whistle out of the referee's mouth. That is the number one issue for me. All right, I got just two more. I got two more. Bovada official has made the Eagles co-favorites to sign Khalil Mack if he is a free agent and decides to play. Do you think Khalil Mack should go to the Philadelphia Eagles? And if not, who do you think Khalil Mack should go to?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Go to the Eagles, man. Everybody goes to the Eagles. Every defensive end, defensive line, go to the damn Eagles. Go ahead. Go to the Eagles, man.
You offer that shit, huh?
Just go.
You think the Eagles are turning into like the Dodgers and shit, where they just keep stacking up talent and shit?
I don't know what kind of money they got over there. Howard Roseman is over there printing money underneath the table or something, but it gets every defensive lineman, every defensive end. He's probably gonna get T. Higgins.
Lord, I don't know if that happens, bro. I don't know.
He's gonna get T. Higgins next year. Trade for Kyle Pitts.
There's already rumors about maybe trading AJ Brown away and the Titans being favorites to get him. So, or not the Titans.
Again, why would he go back? I was about to say,
not the Titans, but the Patriots because of rape. That's been rumors about that. All right, last but not least, obviously with the big, obviously with the big one, the big fight coming up this weekend. I'll end it on a boxing note. Eddie Hearn has confirmed that Anthony Joshua is considering fighting Deontay Wilder next. Do you think that's the fight that should be made between these two gentlemen coming off their lines?
They both losers.
Damn. That's just damn. Why you gotta say it like that? That's crazy. Deontay Wilder.
This fight should have happened about 5 years ago. That's why I'm sick of these dudes, man.
Yeah.
It should have happened 5 years ago, man.
Would you be excited if they announced it? Would you be excited if they announced it?
I wouldn't be excited at all. Because I know who's gonna win.
Who would you have winning?
AJ.
Anthony Joshua. I don't know, because his chin ain't shit. Like all it takes
both
is one
of their chins ain't nothing right now.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. That's a 50-50 fight. I don't know.
If you're AJ, all you gotta do is just get Deontay to the third round. He tired, man.
I'll say this. It would be an exciting fight because number one, you don't know what's gonna happen, and number two, you know somebody getting knocked out. So. All right, man. That's it. That's all I got for random news for tonight.
All right, Don, man. I don't know if I spelled his name right. Whatever. All right, man. Let me ask you a question. With the Buffalo Bills and their interpretation, losing to Patrick Mahomes 4 times in a row, not getting over that hump, would you consider moving on from Sean McDermott? And if not, what should the Buffalo Bills do next?
Well, I'll say this: the spelling of his name is pretty egregious. But I was gonna say, but hey, my bad, brother. McDermott not, but hey, I get it, brother. We're tired, brother. It's been a long week. Would I consider it? I know they're not gonna do it. I think they should consider it though, because it's been an issue with the Bills teams where they do the same mental errors that they've been doing the last couple years against this Chiefs team. And now I'm not gonna sit here and say that it doesn't. It only happens to the Bills. We've seen it with the Ravens. We've seen it with a couple other teams where I think they just get in over their head when it comes to the Chiefs, and I don't know, they try to either get too cute or they just really don't believe in themselves if they're going to win the game, especially at the end of the game. You know what I mean? Where they just believe like Mahomes is going to find a way, or you know what I mean, or there's going to be a situation where something's just not going to go our way. It's going to go the Chiefs' way. Now, obviously, the Eagles are going to get another shot. The Niners, they tried twice, they failed. The Bills tried multiple times and failed. The Ravens have tried multiple times and failed. The Eagles they're going to get their second chance. You know what I mean? Obviously, I think if you really think about it, they minus the one Bills game that obviously, we remember one of the greatest playoff games ever where Mahomes came back with like 14 seconds, 13 seconds, whatever it was. The Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl, you can honestly say the Eagles played a really good game. You know what I mean? They should have won that game. Jalen Hurts was probably the better quarterback out of them too, minus the one drive. But Jalen Hurts had a fantastic game that year, and low-key should have probably won. So out of all the matchups through this run that the Chiefs have had, I would think the Eagles probably played the best out of all of them. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what the Eagles do. But with McDermott, I would consider it, but I know they won't do it though. And it's kind of tough in a situation that, especially with all the coaches already being hired, i.e. Ben Johnson's, Aaron Glenn's. Like, let's say hypothetically they were to fire Sean McDermott before Ben Johnson. Like, let's say the Detroit Lions were still in it, right? And they were going to the Super Bowl, not the Eagles, and they were facing the Chiefs. And then the Bills decided, you know what? We want to fire Sean McDermott. You don't think Ben Johnson wouldn't put the Bills number one on his team team list? Like, you would have to, because you got Josh Allen. Sorry, Caleb Williams, you're not better than Josh Allen right now. Sorry, Chicago Bears, you're not it. Raiders, don't even think about it. Anybody else, don't even think about it. You don't got Josh Allen. We do. So, it would have been quite interesting if that was the case. And maybe if that was the case, maybe the Bills might consider it a little bit more. But, the only thing that, who are you going to hire? Mike McCarthy right now? No, that's not happening. So, and Bill Belichick ain't going nowhere. So I don't think the Buffalo Bills would want that. So, no, McDermott ain't going anywhere. But next year, I think he's going to be on the hot seat, though, for sure. He has to be.
What do you think they should do?
For next year?
Like, what personnel wise, dude? What do you think?
Oh, for the actual team, not the coach.
Yeah.
Number one, I think they got to focus on that back end with the cornerbacks. Obviously, that was their biggest Achilles heel. When one of their players went down, the depth that they have, it's just Elam was just terrible. And the moment when Benford went out, it was just like, all right, we already know where we're going. And he was getting cooked. He looked scared out there. My man was on ice skates the whole time out there on that field. He was getting cooked by like Juju Smith-Schuster. Like that's insane. So that's not a good look. So they definitely need to look in the back end for the cornerback play. They got to figure out James Cook's situation. I know he needs to re-up on that contract. I'm not sure about their cap space availability, but that's another thing they're going to have to look at. I wouldn't mind them getting another receiver. I know they did trade for Amari Cooper, but I was a little surprised that they didn't really feature him that much. You traded for him. I don't know why you didn't play him. I think that was a frustrating part. And I think Amari Cooper was frustrated as well. I don't know if he was injured or anything like that, but I thought it was just kind of weird. Amari Cooper's experience, I do like Keon Coleman. I think he would have been smart. I think he's going to be great. And then Khalil Shakir had a great game, but I'm putting Amari Cooper over Curtis Samuel. That's just me, but you know what I mean? But then, you never know what happened. I don't know if Amari Cooper was on that final play where he threw the ball to Don Kincaid, but, I would have gave him a shot. I've seen Amari Cooper bring out a lot of crazy balls before, pause. But, I mean, it's just, it just is what it is. So that'll be my first thing. Would definitely be the quarterback situation. That's definitely the first thing they got to look at. Add depth.
I would add pass rusher, elite pass rusher to this defensive line. Like, I like Ed Oliver, but he's not an elite pass rusher. He's good. Like, Greg Russo are good. They don't have that guy. They don't have a guy that can take like a Chris Jones or a Jalen Carter or, a guy like that. Like, they need somebody like that I got to shift my protection to this guy to stop him. Like, I think the defensive line would greatly use that because if they had a guy like that, we wouldn't have to worry about Elam covering too long. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a guy who can wreck on the defensive line,
Well, I'll say this.
so
Sorry to cut you off, but I got another sit your ass down moment. This is for me. Hey, Bills fans, sit y'all asses down. There is no chance in hell y'all are getting Max Crosby. So stop doing these fake imaginary ass trades, thinking y'all gonna get Max Crosby. Y'all doing the same shit that the Detroit Lions did. Buffalo Bills fans, it ain't happening. Max Crosby ain't going to Buffalo. He's staying in Vegas. And you know what? You know how I know that? And I know that for sure. It was even before Patrick Graham. But now that Patrick Graham has signed, he definitely ain't going nowhere. So I don't think Pete Carroll's going to let him go. I don't think Mark Davis is going to let him go. He's going to get that money. He's going to get that re-up. So Buffalo Bills fans, look in the draft because Max Crosby ain't coming to save y'all. Thank you for reminding me that. So sit y'all asses down, boy. God damn. More and more y'all keep talking, the more and more I'm like, man, I'm glad y'all lost because y'all ignorant, bro.
damn.
Y'all ignorant, bro. I swear to God. I saw the one fan that was saying some ignorant and saying some racist shit. Some Bills fan. You saw that video, right?
Somebody who's going to nigger.
Now I'm not saying all Bills fans are like that. I got a homie, he's a good Bills fan. So I know majority of Bills fans are really cool. These are the same fans that will donate to a cause and all that shit. So trust me, I'm not getting misconstrued. But there is a couple of people that are in your fan base, and it's ruining it. It's making you look like, you know what? I'm not that bad that y'all lost because y'all looking mad crazy right now. And if I see another Bills fan with another idiotic Max Crosby trade, my brother, I'm going to go to New Orleans and find the greatest voodoo master. And I'm going to make sure y'all don't win it for another 100 years. I'm dead ass. Dead ass.
Voodoo master. Jesus.
Yep. I'll do it.
All right, man. All right, man. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble, man.
Yes.
We got the Royal Rumble coming this Saturday, 6 o'clock Eastern, so 3 p.m. our time. It's going to be 4 matches. You got the Women's Royal Rumble, the Men's Royal Rumble, Cody versus KO, Kevin Owens in a ladder match, and it's DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Pretty excited for this Royal Rumble. This is the first Royal Rumble. I can admit, I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who's going to win the men. I don't know who's going to win the women. I have speculation, but I do not know. I don't think everybody's speculating that CM Punk is going to win, but I don't think CM Punk is going to win the Royal Rumble. The only reason why I think that is because I forgot what pay-per-view it was with the Bloodline versus the Bloodline when CM Punk was in the match. The stipulation for him joining the Bloodline was that Paul Heyman owes him a favor if he didn't win the Royal Rumble and if he doesn't win the Elimination Chamber. So I think he's going to cash in on that favor some way, somehow. And I think he's not going to win on Sunday or Saturday.
Well,
now, as far as the I don't think he wins either. I don't know who. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know who's gonna win.
All right. So how about this? If you don't know, give us your top 5 as far as like least likely to most likely you think will win out of your top 5.
Most likely will be. I don't know, bro. I really don't.
But do you like it better this way, where you don't have no idea?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
About time.
Yeah.
I don't want to know who wins. I want to have this surprise, and that's what the Royal Rumble is going to be about. Because there's going to be some surprise entries. I think The Rock might be one of the surprise entries. I wouldn't be surprised. Randy Orton, because I know he's going to make his return probably. I put CM Punk in there. I'll put Roman Reigns because you just got to put them in there. John Cena, I'm gonna put in there because it's supposed to be his farewell tour. The least likely is Drew McIntyre. I do not see a world where Drew McIntyre wins.
Okay.
A dark horse could be Jey Uso, but I still don't see it now. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know who's gonna win it. I really don't. They might play it safe and give it to CM Punk, but I just don't see a scenario where he wins.
Is The Rock gonna be at Royal Rumble or no?
That's what I just said. I said I have a speculation that he's gonna enter into the Royal Rumble.
Do you think
everybody was?
You think
I
he
wouldn't
could
be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he won, but I don't know. There's a scenario where he doesn't win, where he just goes in there to go eliminate Roman Reigns.
Oh, so you think this is going to be the start of the? So you think this is going to be the start of the Roman Reigns Rock rivalry?
Yeah.
Okay.
He eliminates. He acts like he's going to acknowledge him as the tribal chief, and then he throws him over the ring, and then that starts their beef. Now, as far as the women go, I think the two that make sense is Io Sky, because she's been killing it. And I know people are going to hate this because every time she comes back, she always wins the battle. She always wins the Rumble. And that's Charlotte Flair. She's coming back. And I know people hate it because she can't, every time she returns, she wins the belt or wins the big match. And they hate it because they're like, you can't book her in nothing else. Like, she always got to be a champion. But at the end of the day, dog, the way I look at it, she's that damn good, bro.
Yeah.
She's really fucking good, dog. Every time I see her in the ring, I'm just like, she's good, man. I can't be mad at it. It's not like she's just some mid-carder that they're just trying to push down your throat, but
yeah,
it's either Io Sky or Charlotte. Because I can see Charlotte winning and facing Tiffany at WrestleMania. But I can also see Io Sky winning and maybe she faces Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
I can see either.
For sure. Like I know the Royal Rumble was one of my favorite pay-per-views out of all of them. You know what I mean? Obviously WrestleMania is a great, but I think the Royal Rumble is probably the most fun one to watch. Me personally, I think it's amazing. Where do you rank the Royal Rumble pay-per-view compared to the other ones? Like give me your top 5 pay-per-views. Or you know what? Let me do top 3. Give me your top 3 pay-per-views. How would you rank the pay-per-views?
I'm gonna put WrestleMania number 1 because that's the Super Bowl of all wrestling. Yeah, absolutely. You know, you can't. I put Royal Rumble number 2. This is difficult, man, because I like a lot of them. But I'll probably go with SummerSlam. I'll go with SummerSlam. Yeah, I'll go with SummerSlam because it's like the third big time event where it's kind of like the aftermath of WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll go with SummerSlam 3.
No, okay.
You know, because I like Survivor Series too. You know, Survivor Series is starting to get back that essence. Money in the Bank is always good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, those 3 are the top 3. So, and now everybody knows Cody's going to be KO. But what will be interesting is I think that a new faction is starting to formulate between KO, Drew McIntyre. I think Seth Rollins is going to somehow be a part of it. And I think Sami Zayn is going to be a part of this faction. So I don't know what the name of this faction is going to be. But I think this is going to be a faction that's going to formulate over the next few weeks.
Okay.
Those brothers, they're all a victim of Roman Reigns per se, some way or another. You know what I'm saying? So it would Be dope that they made John Cena like a heel on his farewell tour.
Mm.
I saw an interview recently with John Cena, and he was talking about the first time he faced The Rock. The plan was he was supposed to be a heel.
Mhm.
Like he had his music changed, he had his gear, new gear, all that stuff, and then Vince said no.
We'll see. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the Royal Rumble this week.
Yeah, it should be a great show.
What
So
time
all
does it
my
start
wrestling-
again?
Well, it'll be 3 o'clock our time.
Oh, so right before the fight. All right, that's even better.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's another reason why they don't want late pay-per-views anymore. Like, you don't want to be all up 10, 8, 9 o'clock at night still watching wrestling. So I think that's why they have an early start time. So just fine with me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'll be at work, but still.
Oh, you gonna have to watch it at work, huh?
I have to do my peak. But they'll probably have the women's match first.
With the
They'll
Royal
probably
Rumble?
Yeah. They'll probably have the women's match first. Then they'll probably do the tag match. I'm trying to debate that would they do the Royal Rumble men's last, or will they
It has to
do
be last. Don't you think?
Cody and KO's last? I don't know.
I think the Royal Rumble. I think the Royal Rumble match is the main event. I think that's
Yeah, you're probably right because they got so many guys coming out.
Yeah, so many superstars in that. Like, you don't know the possibilities of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, as you said, you got The Rock in there potentially. You know what I mean? You got Roman Reigns. You got, I think that has to be the main event.
Yeah. I'm just interested to see who are the superstar, like the surprise superstars are going to come out on each one. So.
Are you excited of a potential Kai Cenat and ISO Speed appearance? Potentially, maybe a match, maybe a surprise match. You never know. I saw the thing where Kai Cenat was calling him out. So
no, but I get it. It is what it is. We always had the little silly characters come in and wrestle or whatever. And that's just.
You think there'll be a surprise Royal Rumble participants? You think those two could be a surprise?
I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna get their asses right on out.
No, they'll be quick outs. They'll be quick outs.
Logan Paul will probably be the one to throw their asses out.
Yeah.
So, did you see the fake announcement fight for Jake Paul and Logan Paul?
Yeah, I saw that bullshit ass shit on Max. Man, I'm like, bro, no, I don't care. I really don't care about the Paul brothers. I don't know why people get excited over them. You know what I mean? Like, I will say that, huh? I know it's supposed to be like a documentary. I don't know why even people suggested it was going to be a fight. I knew it was going to be a fight. You think two brothers are actually going to fight? And even if it was a fight, it would have been bullshit anyway. Ain't nobody going to actually fight each other. They love each other. So, like, I get it with Jake Paul and how he's helped boxing. I think I go a lot. He has helped boxing become a little bit more mainstream by just with his name. Now, do I agree with certain matchups that he does and stuff like that? No. Like the Mike Tyson shit, that I think that was a great matchup to watch. No, it was boring, but we cannot deny the impact that it did have. You know what I mean? They got boxing on Netflix. You know, maybe Netflix might get more into boxing. You know what I mean? I think that could be a plus. You know what I mean? Especially with, we don't know where boxing is going to go as far as like its media rights and stuff like that. I know the ESPN thing is pretty much dying this summer, and they're going to be pushed to the zone. I hate the zone, but it's just what it is at this point until they figure out what the hell they want to do. And then obviously if the Sheik is able to get this big boxing league started, I think that might generate a little bit more buzz for them to be able to get a major TV deal. So that could also help. And he has the money to fund it and back it. You know what I mean? So maybe these TV networks don't have to fund it as much. So should be interesting. But hey, man, I'm not watching the fucking doc. I'm not a fan of the Paul brothers, bro. I'm sorry. Even though I do think the other brother is actually not a bad wrestler. I think he's actually a decent
he's a very good wrestler. He
really
does the thing. You could tell he put his all in.
No, yeah. He's a very entertaining wrestler. Now, am I a fan of the brothers? No.
No, I'm not gonna sit there and say that Jake doesn't put his all in the boxing. It's just like you said, his opponents are weak. They're
Yeah, I
trash.
can't. I take the wrestling brother more serious than the boxing brother. I do.
Mhm.
I do.
You know, yes, has he put my eyes on boxing?
Yeah.
But still,
100%.
he's like the local drug dealer.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, yeah, he gives out turkeys and Christmas presents to all the people in the neighborhood, but he also poisons it with the crack.
That's true.
People forget that
Nah,
part.
100%. I totally agree. I totally agree. I totally agree.
Forgot that part.
Nah,
People.
yeah. Nah,
So,
it's true. It's real.
all right, man. You got anything else?
Nah, man. I think we kind of hit everything. I said I'm excited for the fights. I'm excited to watch Benavidez and Morel. I'm excited to watch the Royal Rumble. My Lakers play the Knicks on Saturday too, so it should be a big day for, what I mean, for sports and all that. And I mean, we're gearing up for Super Bowl week, man. So I think this would be a great weekend to get us over into Super Bowl week. And I mean, we got more fights coming up after that, man. So hey, man, it should be an exciting weekend.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Oh yeah, Izzy's
Yeah,
fighting too. Israel Adesanya, I think, is fighting
I
this
saw
weekend
that.
too. So that's
I saw that. Who you got?
shout out
Who
to
you
Izzy,
got?
man. Good luck to Izzy, man. One of my favorite UFC fighters, man. Good luck this weekend, brother.
Who you got? You got Easy winning.
I'm riding with my boy Izzy, man. I'm riding with my boy Izzy. I think he's gonna bounce back. I think he's gonna get a nice KO and put himself back on the map to get a title shot here in the future later this year.
For sure. All right, man. Well, hopefully, these fighters this weekend are staying hydrated and energized with some magnet.
He said Magic Magnet. Is that what you
I
said?
said magnet.
Yo,
My
my
tongue
man
got a little
Chris.
tired.
My man
My
Chris
tongue
is
got a little
tired,
tired.
man. My
I'm
man
not
Chris is
tired. My
tired,
tongue
man.
got a little tired. That's all.
Yo, shout out to Magnum, man. The ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. I know you're asking why Magnet is power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend. Sorry about that. With magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts, no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement, whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris and Mal to get $5 off your purchase. Again, use the promo code Cris and Mal. Get $5 off, man. Get one of these delicious flavors, man. Get some energy, man. And let it help you get you through your day. Shout out to Magnet.
Yeah, for sure. Also, go to any of our social media platforms and go to the Printify link and get our shirts. Black and white Crystal Mall shirts with the tap in on the back with the QR code. Also, we got the hoodies too. So go ahead and purchase and show love and take a picture with your shirt. Shout out to my boy CJ for purchasing the shirt. He got his shirt the other day. Shout out to
Yes,
him.
sir. Shout out to you, my brother.
Yeah, so yeah, man, go get your shirt, man. Show some love, man. Also, if you go to any of our social media platforms, speaking of wrestling, you want to get you some Royal Rumble gear, man. Go over there to our link and click on it and go to the WWE shop and get you some gear, man. Get you a Royal Rumble hoodie or a Roman Reigns shirt or Jay Uso glasses or Penta, you know what I'm saying, mask, whatever, man. Get you some WWE gear,
Yeah.
right? And whatever. And if you want to donate, where we go. Oh, there you go. If you want to donate to the Cristal Mall podcast, you can donate to our Cash App, Cristal Mall podcast. Whatever you want to donate to us, we would greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that Cash App and send it to us. And hey, man, thank you in advance. Whatever streaming platform you use, whether it be Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you use to listen to your podcast, this Tell 'em All podcast is available. Also, if you're a first time watcher on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you jump in the live, you can talk about these topics, give us your opinion, how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't agree with us, hey man, we want to hear from you, man. We want to get your point of view. So hit us up. Go ahead and follow us. Also, hit us up in the playback in the comment section. Give us your opinion on the topic. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, subscribe to the channel. And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, whatever you use to do your social media on, Cris and Mal podcast is available. Go ahead and follow us. We're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, and movies, and all kinds of various other things. So go ahead and follow us, man. And if you have critiques, if you have a feedback, or if you have topics or a question that's sports, music, or movie related that we like, we will shout you out on the show. We will show love to you. We'll bring it up on the show because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, email, or our mentions, and we will get back with you as soon as we can. Mm-hmm. All right, good people. I hope you like that. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. We will be back Monday to get ready for the Super Bowl. Monday, we'll have a special guest on. Ball and D will be on to give us some WNBA news. And we'll have her, just kick it with us, man. Talk about some other stuff, too. So stay tuned for that. Until then, see you guys Monday. We go.